everyone, you can obviously see that this is a very different video from what I have previously uploaded thus far, and I'll explain that in a minute, but first, let me apologize first for the, again, super late upload. Far later than my uploads normally are, but, you know, school, ain't nobody got time for that. And the second thing I want to apologize for, if it's not already obvious, is the very disconjointed and awkwardness of this voiceover. I am pretty much off script. I mean, I have a little notebook about what I'm trying to talk about in this video, but other than that, completely off script, and I'm very awkward around the camera enough as it is, so my apologies if you find my voice very annoying and my speech patterns very cringy, but this will hopefully get better with time as I get more used to this kind of thing, but I don't know. Anyway, as for my previous statement about this video being extra late, hopefully that is going to change, and the reason why is because I've finally figured out what I'm doing with my life and what I want this YouTube channel to be, and it's going to be primarily art-based, which means a lot of speed paint videos, art challenges, goofy little art videos discussing the struggles of an artist, and when I get better, tips and advice, and all that artist YouTube channel stuff. So, my videos are going to primarily have 3 separate topics. One is just the generic speed paint for little creatures and subject matters and landscapes that I came up with all in this twisted mind of mine, and fan art. There's going to be a lot of fan art on this channel, so yay. The second one is going to be some videos related to my Patreon site. Right, now that you're all caught up, one of my new tiers on Patreon is access to speed paint videos that are in relation to my book, and those who subscribe to that tier, they'll get to watch a full video of the speed paint before 2 weeks before anyone else gets access to it, and they'll have a voiceover that's specifically tailored just for them. And when the public eventually does get the speed paint, it won't be the same voiceover, and I may or may not have the full video available for everyone to watch. I don't know. I'm still working on it, but yeah. For those videos, they're also going to be put on this YouTube channel, while the ones for my patrons will go to my Patreon site. Now, for the third little videos that are going to be on here are pretty much everything else, mostly art challenges and whatnot. And I'm really looking forward to them. I have a lot of cool ideas. And yeah, these videos, aside from the awkward voiceover part, which I find extremely difficult but will hopefully get used to as I continue making these are relatively quick and not necessarily easy, but faster to make than all my previous other videos. And I also get to practice my art, which is something that I am hopefully going to base a loose career over. Okay, what else to talk about? For this actual painting itself, it has a bit of a long story to it, so I'll just dive right into that. The subject matter, the weird blue demon with the knife and the crazy smile, she is loosely inspired by Alice from Alice Madness Returns, which is a video game that I admire. And if you've played the game, you can kind of draw connections with the blue dress with puffy sleeves and the knife. I made this painting, or not the painting, but the original drawing about a year and a half ago, back when I was in a really extremely bad art block. Like, it was really bad. It was almost half of a year of just struggling and not being able to draw, and what little I did draw was really, really, really bad. But near the end of it, Like, I think the main problem with the whole artist block was I was trying to figure out my own art style, and that's still something I'm struggling with today, but it's not the center focus of my studies, so I don't have to struggle with that bit as much, but for a long time I really struggled with it, and yeah, it was really frustrating. But one day we were visiting some family and friends, and as usual I just sat by myself on the couch because I have no friends, and I was just doodling in my sketchbook, and then this little drawing came up and I thought it was really cool. I thought that I found my art style, and several months later, let's just say that that didn't happen, but I still like the way it looked, and who knows, I might end up doing a couple drawings with the same kind of elongated, cartoonish kind of anatomy for the characters. Does anything I'm saying make sense? Anyway, but at my school, there's this thing called Far East Creative Expressions, and they have a lot of these kind of things where when you're in a specific subject, you sign up for like a cool trip where you get to go off with a couple other hand-selected students and get to compete and learn a bunch of stuff about the subject, and they have one of those for art. And I didn't sign up for it last year. I definitely was not in the spot to try and participate in it, but this year I think that I might have had a chance, and I had a week to come up with a piece that's in relation to whatever art subject I wanted to be my main focus, and obviously I want to learn more about watercolor because I feel like that's the medium that suits me best and that I would really like to learn about. And so I thought that this piece that I'm drawing and that I just told you the whole long awkward story about would be a good choice because it would show how far I have progressed with my artistic abilities. And for a while I thought that this was going to be it, and you shall see later part of the reason why it wasn't the one painting that I chose to turn in. But the other part of it was apparently my teacher thought that it might be a little too violent, quotation marks, and like she liked it, but whoever would have been determining who got in, like she didn't know how they would process all of it, and a crazy demented demon thing with a knife and bright red background and blood on her tails might not be the best thing for a teenage girl to turn in to try and get into an art academy thing. So yeah, this wasn't what I turned in, and there's another reason that you shall see very, very quickly. But I ended up turning in a piece of artwork that correlates with my Patreon site. So I'm hoping I'll get in. Like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to, but I'm keeping my hopes up. We'll know about it at the end of the month, and just stressing about whether or not I'll get into it. So yeah. For this piece, I think it's very nice for the most part. I definitely like how the skin turned up. I have some uneven areas, but I really like the background. Though I probably shouldn't have painted the bow tails red. It kind of bleeds into the background a bit, and oh boy, here's the part where like I was doing so good with the background, and then I was getting impatient, and then I went and got a blow dryer, I think, and I just started blowing around the paint to try and get it to finish drying, and it ended up spilling directly onto the character, and there was no way I can fix it. Watercolor is not that forgiving of a medium, so I wasn't it was just like, no, I can't turn in that flaw. And here it is, the big moment we've all been waiting for. Yay. So that's the end of this video. I just did a big rage quit after that because I spent 2 hours working on this, and then I decided to go cry in my bed and just repaint it again the next day, only to try and turn it in later and end up not using this subject matter anyway. I don't know. That's pretty much the end of this video. If anyone's still here, thanks for watching. I'll see you again. Maybe next week, maybe the week after that. Who knows? Bye.